Jupiter does not actually orbit our sun because it is so massive. We're going to see a representation of our solar system. You'll see how big Jupiter is compared to the sun and the other planets. And you'll also see a NASA animation of how the sun and Jupiter, orbits the sun. So what's happening? Jupiter is the fifth planet from our sun. It's a gas giant, and the subject of the Juno mission is huge. It's huge. It's so huge, in fact, that it does not actually orbit the sun. Not exactly. With 2.5 times the mass of all the other planets in the solar system totaling up combined together, it's big enough that the center of gravity between Jupiter and the sun does not actually reside inside the sun, rather at a point in space just above the sun's surface. This is how that happens. When a small object orbits a big object in space, the less massive one does not really travel in a perfect circle around the larger one, but instead both objects orbit a combined center of gravity. In situations we are familiar with, like Earth orbiting a much larger sun, the center of gravity resides so close to the center of the large object that the impact of this phenomenon is negligible. The bigger object does not seem to move, and the smaller one draws a circle around the bigger one. But reality is always more complicated. For example, when the International Space Station, the ISS, orbits Earth, both Earth and the space station orbit their combined center of gravity. But that center of gravity is so absurdly close to the center of the Earth that the planet's motion around the point is impossible to spot, and the ISS follows a near-perfect circle around our whole planet. The same truth holds when most planets orbit the sun. The sun is just so much massive, so much more larger than Earth, Venus, Mercury, or even Saturn, that their centers of mass with the sun all lie deep within our star itself. But that's not the case with Jupiter. The gas giant is so big that its center of mass with the sun, the barycenter, actually lies 1.07 solar radii from the middle of the sun, or that is 7% of the sun radius above the sun's surface. Both the sun and Jupiter orbit around that point in space. This is not a scale GIF from NASA. It illustrates that effect, though. Now, that is, in essence, how Jupiter and the sun move through space together. Though the distances and sizes are far different, Jupiter is still only a fraction of the sun's size. So the next time someone asks you for a crazy space fact, you'll know Jupiter is so massive it does not really orbit the sun because of the center of gravity. This is Unvetted Reality. Please leave your comments. Thank you for your support. And the videos, all of these 2 videos here are from NASA. Kindly support my Patreon account. The daily posts are 5 videos daily, and they are totally different from what I have on my YouTube channel. Thank you so much for your support and that you find all my content so interesting. You'll find the Patreon account details in the description box below.